A few weeks ago, possibly a month, could be a year at this point for all I know, a film called Keeper came out. I did not get a chance to see it in theaters. Unfortunately, I did watch it at home. And I'm starting to think Osgood Perkins should change his name to Osbad Perkins. That's the kind of clever commentary you're gonna get on Adam Does Movies. Subscribe! Let's begin with the review. Before I tell you why this movie's not a keeper, if you wouldn't mind keeping me in your hearts and minds with a subscribe to Adam Does Movies on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, perfectly free of charge. You just hit that sub button and the notification bell if you're on YouTube. From the creator of that massively overrated pile of shit, Longlegs, comes his newest foray into horror. This one's called Keeper, and it stars that chick from She-Hulk that everybody loved. Tatiana Maslany's actually a fantastic actress. She's just unfortunately in an unfantastic film. And this story is going to rest almost entirely on her shoulders, along with Donald Sutherland's kid, Rossif Sutherland. This is the first film I recall seeing him in. Not a great first impression from me. Impress short for impression, of course. I think I'll go into spoiler territory with this review since it has been out for a while and I'm late to the party. But I'll let you know when I get into those. But here's what we're working with. This woman named Liz is going on a little getaway retreat with her boyfriend Malcolm. They've been happily together for a year. I think happily, it's hard to know. These people have zero chemistry together. These two have a relationship more akin to that of a dog and a mailman. They just don't really gel together. Every time they talk to each other, it feels like it's their first time interacting. No, I take that back. I have better chemistry with complete strangers than these two do together. Anyway, she's incredibly neurotic. I don't know if there was some past trauma in her life. She has a lot of nightmares and these visions, possibly tied to the retreat she's on. Hard to know, because everything's incredibly vague. This is one of those artsy bullshit films. But at least it's scary, right, Adam? You're asking in a really stupid voice for some reason. No, it's not scary. The only thing frightening about this film is how the director managed to make every minute feel like 10. This is a 90-minute movie that lasts for 4 hours. Every single shot takes a damn eternity, and half of them are either interior-exterior random-ass shots that have nothing to do with the story. There is really nothing else about the plot I can tell you, because all that happens is this woman goes to this cabin, her boyfriend acts strange and flaky, she often finds herself alone in this place, but always feels uncomfortable, like she's being watched. Bizarre stuff is gonna happen, and nothing will be answered in a satisfactory manner. Fun. I love that. I love when nothing comes together. And if you want to go the route of saying, oh, well, the pieces are there, there's symbolism and little breadcrumbs you can pick up to piece this together, well, I don't care, because the movie doesn't work on its face, which is to be entertaining, exciting, gripping, scary, funny, whatever emotion it's trying to elicit. I got nothing out of it other than, oh my God, I'm trying to stay awake. How much is left? I think it's supposed to be scary and unnerving. I say I think that was the idea because I felt none of that. The performance by Tatiana is fine for what she's doing. I mean, she's a great actress. She really is. And I would imagine she's performing exactly how she was supposed to in the script. It's just, again, I have no connection to this character. I don't understand what she's even on about half the time. The thrills in the film are usually undercut by the fact that it's like a dream that she's having or a vision, so you never really feel a sense of concern for our protagonist. It's got this pretty indie-looking feel to it. That's the best I can give from a praise standpoint, but even then, there's way prettier looking movies. I wouldn't sit and watch 90 minutes of paint dry. Let's get into the spoilers, though. Bottom line, I did not like this movie at all. I think I would rather watch Longlegs 3 more times, and that's saying a lot because I hated that film too. Early on, when Liz gets to the house, she's already throwing red flags left and right. The expression on her face is constantly, I think I'm gonna be drugged and left for dead out here. But she never really does much about it other than tell her friend over the phone that things feel a little off, but then nothing ever comes of it. I think it's only the first night when she spots a beautiful cake on the table with some weird and bloody handprints on it. Malcolm says to her, it's the best cake ever. It was from the caretaker. Whatever the fuck that means. The caretaker? Okay. Who's the caretaker? What are you talking about? But she goes along with it, even to the point where he grabs her, removes her from his lap when they're about to have sex and says, oh, you gotta try this cake? What? Who does that? They're about to go at it, and this dude pauses mid-pump and says, try the cake. It's delightful. She then retorts, I don't like chocolate, you dipshit. And he's like, oh, whoa, sorry, I should have known that, my bad. Here, try some. And she does. She takes a bite, even though everything about this scenario seems like, hey, I drugged this. You're about to get Cosby'd. I'm not even trying it myself. The only thing that seemed to really happen was she gets up in the middle of the night to engulf the rest of the cake. Like, she just pigs out on this thing. Full hog, handfuls. I thought she was possessed or something. Maybe she is. I don't fucking know. This movie doesn't tell you anything. What we do know is this. She looks an awful lot like a woman who was killed in the woods years ago. How many years? 200. By the piece of shit guy that she's currently dating. We're gonna find this out with like 15 minutes left of the movie. And when I say she looks like the woman that was murdered, I mean, it's her. Like, it's the same, she's playing both parts. It's not like, oh, you 50% resemble. No, it's just her again. And so what's happening with this plot really is two brothers. One lives right next door in another creepy cabin. They're like doing a Brothers Grimm thing, some sort of folklore shit where they kill this woman in the woods for trespassing on their pop's land. But she first was able to give birth to a demon baby thing who needs to be fed people. And by doing so, the brothers will stay young. Or something. So they convince unsuspecting women to go to the cabin. They give them a slice of the cake, which starts the ritual, I suppose. And then that person is eaten by one of the nymph baby things. And I think they turn into one too. I don't know. Oh God, this movie sucks so bad. Also, when did they start doing this ritual to stay young? Was it when they got into their 40s? And that's why they're not aging from 40s on? Or did they start doing it as a kid and it just slowly ages you up a little? It's unclear. Absolutely unclear. Again, not that it matters that much, because you take a movie like Weapons, for instance. I loved Weapons, and that director did Barbarian, which I hated. So I can like and dislike different things by directors. Weapons worked for me because I was fully engaged the whole time. It had quirky characters, it had a cool scenario, it had intrigue, it had thrills. Does everything add up? Of course not. Are there a lot of questions to be asked? Hell yeah. Do you have to really, really stretch your imagination to kind of get to the point that the movie's trying to? Absolutely. Who cares? I'm fine with all that as long as on a top surface level, things are firing. Weapons did. If the movie's working on the top level and it's got layers to it, it welcomes me into its world to dig deeper into it. I don't feel welcome in Osgood Perkins' movie. I feel like an outsider who's getting fed these tiny little morsels of the cake, and I don't really like how it tastes. To quote one of the women in the film, the cake tastes like shit. And unfortunately, this movie does too. And if you want to know the ending of this film, well, Liz survives because she's called upon by the creatures, but they love her and treat her as the mother that died. So she's the keeper here, and they have chosen to kill the guy that was previously feeding them. He became old instantly. They hung him upside down from a tree, dipped his head in some preservative honey or something, and that's all she throat. That's the end of the film. It's over, and hopefully I never have to speak about this movie again. Let me know if you saw this waste of time. Please comment below. Sub once more to Adam Does Movies if you appreciate my honesty and no holds bars reactions to films. I would love to have you stick around. All right, that's all I got. Hopefully I see you next time. Take care.